looks as if the political climate in Nigeria seems to be getting hotter by the day, especially with the electoral body saying that the ADC will truly not be recognized. But many Nigerians are feeling different about this. And the questions still remain. What needs to be done to ensure that come 2027, we'll not just only have a credible, free, and fair election, but one that will be seen to be said is peaceful? Well, anyway, with that in mind, I want to quickly welcome you to another lovely time on Atlantic TV. You do know it's Viewpoint. And as always, my name still remains Michael Gobadia. Well, you do know I'm never alone, especially in the studio when we're having this on Viewpoint. I have my very own colleague right here. I'm talking about no other person but Patience Monday. Patience, good morning, and I know it's a lovely day.
It's a lovely Friday this morning. Good morning to you, Mr. Michael.
Thank you, sir.
And thank God it's Friday.
Friday it is then.
Yeah, and you know of Viewpoint, the daily will begin with the dailies, then we'll move straight to dialogue, and the news comes around. Do well to connect with us on all our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram on Atlantic Media and TV. We'll go on a short break. When we return, the dailies will be next.
All right, my name is Desoka, the comedy catalyst of one of Nigerian comedy.
All right, guys, back again. Yes, boss. My name is Osh, baby.
Yemi Alade.
Yeah, what up, people? It's your boy Victor Adi.
Girl Niniola.
My name is my wife, and just celebrity type man.
My papa say, who won't carry cow, waka go, waka follow the cow. I know the life for you.
I see you know you're watching the Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV. Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Informative, educative, interesting, entertaining.
Worldwide, international.
Don't go anywhere or I'll catch you.
Don't touch that die. Atlantic TV. Boom.
Atlantic TV. We wanna party.
Atlantic TV. Culturally inclined and uniquely different.
Well, just like what she said, papers will take center stage on the show right now. And for review today, we have 6 papers. We have The Punch, The Vanguard, The Guardian, Daily Trust, The Nation, and Nigerian Tribune. I'd like to start with The Punch. And on The Punch this morning, the leading story reads, fresh blow for ADC as state congresses stall. And riders to follow, court halts at Damawa Congress, Anambra, Ondo, Zamfara put on hold. Kaduna, Oshun factions pull out as mixed outcomes in Kebbi, Sokoto and Plateau. ADC asks Abuja call to void INEC's decision on Mark and Eregbesola. But I'll tell you not to avoid that news, but to read it up on page 2. Well, other leading stories. A federal government insists Nigerians safe as U.S. pulls embassy officials. It's a quite disturbing one on page 7. The Bruno attack, Army general, terrorists killed. Tinubu mourns. And come on, the wave of insecurity seems not to be abating. And you can just get that story up on page 7. Sad it is. But let's see if we take some other leading ones. Nigerian poverty hit 63% despite easing inflation. And these are credited to the World Bank on page 9. Power outage insecurity top business challenges. And no surprise, a CBN survey will be giving all of us that on page 43. The picture of the day for me will be that of, well, anyway, it was a nice one for the Tolu School Complex and the 19 football pitches during the inauguration at Ajegulel yesterday in Lagos. And you can see the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, representing no other person but President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the governor of Lagos State. We're talking about Sanwo-Olu right there. All of this happened yesterday. Well, congratulations to the kids. But that's much you can take from the Punch.
And on The Guardian this morning, how government squeezes masses to fund bureaucracy inefficiency. You can get that very big story on page 4 and 5 of The Guardian newspaper. Still on the front page, NNPC, NUPRC, oil major insists on 3 Mbpd, target seek lower production cost. That story is on page 3 of The Guardian. Still on page 3, Judge alleges plot by APC, INEC to undermine democracy, warns against one-party state. ADC Abejide leads protest to INEC, demands ballot recognition. Still on page 3. Still on the front page of The Guardian, Nigeria's future, age-long conflict worries Obasanjo. That very story is on page 7. Ohaneze seeks Kanu release, bans Ezugbo title outside Igbo land. You can get all of that story on page 29. And still on the front page, reinstate petrol import licenses to avert inflation spike. World Bank urges Nigeria. That very business story is on page 18. Lagos judiciary leverage tech to reduce 64% of 80,812 inmates awaiting trial. You can read all of that on page 28 of the Guardian newspaper. Still on the front page, fresh terror attacks fuel consigns. U.S. response despite official reassurance. That story is on page 6 of the Guardian. Well, the picture of the day is that of the 10th anniversary of the IRVIN Global and Investment Group and the official commissioning of its corporate head office in Abuja.
Well, anyway, let's see what next we'll take, and definitely we'll love to go to the Nigerian Tribune as we'll look at the papers together. And now the Nigerian Tribune, well, indeed, a dark day in Borno. That's a screamer on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Brigadier General, others killed in a military base attack. Troop neutralized calls of insurgents. Tinubu mourns with family, described fallen soldiers as unforgettable heroes. Federal government pushes back on U.S. orders, embassy employees, families to leave Abuja. Southern Middle Belt leaders, federal government too soft on terrorists, and call for abolition of Operation Open Corridor. All of that you can get on page 6. Our hearts really goes out to the family of the fallen heroes. It's quite disturbing, honestly.
It's indeed a dark day in Borno
Yeah,
State.
it's really a dark day in Borno State. But let's see if we take some other leading stories still on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Petrol price may hit 2,000 naira per litre, TUC warns. Wow. Wants federal government to subsidize crude, fast-track CNG infrastructure. And I can tell you to structure that more of that news on page 15. Leadership crisis. David Mark-led ADC prays court to reverse INEC's decision. And you can get more of that reversal on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. But let's see if we take some other leading one. NAFDAC, Standard Organization of Nigeria, launch VCAP to strengthen vehicle safety industry standards. That's on page 12. And UBA drives youth empowerment with graduate program, equipped over 700 young professionals. Quite exciting. And you can get that story up on page 16. Nigeria calls on UN to promote fair hydrogen economy. And well, anyway, if you really want to understand more of that, I'd love to get more of that information. Go grab a copy of Nigerian Tribune and read it up on page 21. But let's see if we have other leading stories, if there are any. And if not, we'll just go straight to the picture of the day. And the picture of the day there, it's what transpired yesterday. We're talking about the Tolu School project. We have about 19 football pitches. Wow, interesting. All are located right there at Jegule. Now we know the kids will be in good hands and will be doing something viable. But anyway, that's the much you can take from the Nigerian Tribune.
And on the Daily Trust, the lead story reads, terrorists killed General 17 soldiers in Borno State. That is a very sad story.
Quite disturbing.
Quite disturbing on the Daily Trust this morning. Still on the front page, again, Tinubu absent as Lagos project commissioned. You can read that up on page 6. Robbers cut off teacher's hand in Kano State. Wow. That sad story is on page 6. And still on the front page, 2027, don't truncate democracy. Arewa think tank, CSOs caution opposition. You can read all of that on page 6 of the Daily Trust. Still on the front page, let's see if we can take more of the leading story. Well, we just the picture of the day is that of the brigadier general that was among those that were killed during the Borno attack yesterday.
Well, quite really disturbing, and like we said, our hearts goes out to them, and wow, really disturbing.
And on the Nation this morning, the lead story, Mark-led ADC returns to court after threat protest. That very story is on page 3 of the Nation newspaper. And school city inaugurated in Lagos. Still on the front page.
Yeah, still on the Nation.
Still on the Nation. ExxonMobil mulls $8 billion project in Owowo.
Wow, that's a nice one.
A very good one on the Nation this morning. Boko Haram fighter who killed many sentenced to death. This is quite encouraging. Please, hands are getting to those that are involved in all this fighting and killing in recent time. And the riders to that, Tinubu mourned heroic falling. Tinubu's more heroic fallen soldiers after attack. You can read that up on page 3. And 2.2 million candidates to sit for 2026 UTME in April 16. You can get more details on page 4. UBA widens youth empowerment with graduate program. The very good one on page 7 of the Nation. And the picture of the day is that of the Senate President Godswill Akpabio. The Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Lagos State Governor Sawun Olu, and with the pupils of Tolu Schools Complex in Ajegule.
I'm just looking at how the children are smiling, thinking of the ball they will really play on the pitches, and the complex that is looking really good. Well, anyway, let's see. Vanguard will be the last paper for us to look at this awesome morning, a Friday weekend edition it is. Okay, on the Vanguard, cutthroat rent hike worsening Nigerian housing crisis. I feel it's about time. This is a special report, excuse me. How landlord estate agents exploit helpless tenants with arbitrary rent fees, why rents are skyrocketing, what Nigerians must do. Low incomes, high building costs, weak mortgage system, others fingered. As 550,000 housing units needed yearly to overcome 15 million deficit in 10 years. And honestly, it's about time more is done about the cutthroat rent hike that is affecting almost every part of the country. But I'll tell you to read that story up on page 10. Let's see if we take some other leading stories still on the front page of the Vanguard this awesome Friday morning. World Bank downgrades Nigerian 2026 economic growth to 4.1%. It's on page 19. ADC sues INEC, demands a recognition of Mark and Egbershola on page 5. Army General fear killed in Boko Haram attack on Bronu community. It's a disturbing one that's making a round on all papers, but you can get it up on Vanguard on page 7. U.S. orders non-emergency staff to leave Abuja embassy. Whew, well, still talk of insecurity. Page 9 has more size, and you can see that picture of happiness. Well, that's much you can take from the dailies. Yes, I will always implore you, if you find any really read-worthy, do yourself a favor, grab a copy of them, and get abreast. An informed mind is never a deformed mind. So you'll be doing yourself as usual. We'll go on a break. You do know dialogue will take center stage next, right here on Viewpoint on Atlantic TV.
It's your boy Godos, aka Comedy Berlusconi.
Hi, my name is Bobby.
My name is Orisha Femi, aka the music and talent.
Emia Bore Inarise of Fajemwe, aka Short Family, aka the Comedy Millionaire, aka the online landlord in Lagos.
All right, boss, my name is Osh Baby.
It's still your girl, MC Roya.
All right, my name is The Soccer, the comedy catalyst, one of Nigerian comedy. You know me, the one of Adeshokpe Kingdom, the other Bekoyi say one. My papa said they know they use 2 legs. Test water went deep.
The TV is real.
And you all should keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV, the best from the Niger Delta.
Stay glued to Atlantic TV.
Are you watching Atlantic TV?
Listen to me, you are locked down to Atlantic TV.
Keep watching.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Whether on your iPad or your laptop, just be glued. If it's your TV, be glued.
You want to get informative, educative, interactive, interesting, entertaining news, man. Keep it locked down.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
And you're watching Atlantic TV.
Don't check that die. X amount of love. Peace out.
If you touch a map,
if not, I go off your gen. Now me talk.
Victor Eddie says so.
Arararara.
Short family says so.
Atlantic TV. Culturally inclined, uniquely different.
Opposition party have started pushing, or rather calling for boycott of the 2027 general elections over alleged bias by the Independent National Electoral Commission and purported move to make President Bola Ahmed Tinubu the sole contender at the polls. The Taminu Turaki-led faction of the People's Democratic Party and the national chairman of the African Action Congress, Omoyele Sowore, urged political parties to boycott the elections. The spokesperson for the African Democratic Congress, Bolaji Abdullahi, said the option would be considered by the political or party leadership. Also, another opposition party, the ADC, has taken its democracy concerns abroad and has appointed envoys to engage foreign governments. The new initiative said it is aimed at drawing global attention to what it described as a growing pattern of undemocratic practice and attacks on opposition members in Nigeria. Excuse me. In a statement issued on Saturday, the party's National Publicity Secretary, Bolaji Abdullahi, announced the creation of a special representative network, SRN, in key foreign capitals to strengthen international engagement and promote democratic accountability. According to Abdullahi, since July of 2025, there have been attempts to destabilize opposition parties, undermine legitimate party leadership structures, and restrict democratic political participation. But the big question is the opposition true with the narrative that the ruling party is being, or rather the opposition is being attacked all in a bid to truncate democracy, or are just crying blue murder and are not really prepared to face the ruling party? Well, all of this will take center stage on our show today as we talk about the 2027 general election, and that is 2027 general election, an opposition call for true democratic practice. That's what we're having as a major discourse today on the show, looking at the call of the opposition crying that it looks as if the ruling party, or rather the Independent National Electoral Commission, is poised to make only the ruling party candidate, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the sole contender as it concerns the 2027 general election. Are they right in making that very cry, and should a boycott be the way to go? Or they're just crying blue murder, knowing that they might not truly be prepared for it? Well, anyway, we're prepared to discuss about it. We are always prepared right here on Dialogue, hence we'll be talking about it. And who better to help us talk about this rather than somebody that pushes? He's a member of the Push for True Democracy and Governance in Nigeria. And I'm talking of no other person but Comrade Emeka Onwokocha. Comrade Emeka Onwokocha, nice having you on the platform.
Yeah, thank you very much, my friend. Thank you.
Well, I just want to go to it. Now, Sam, I know you've been following all the development as it concerns the elections in the recent couple of weeks. My first question, in your own honest assessment, do you feel there's a plan to truncate democracy in Nigeria? Or you feel different from the narrative being put or pushed forward by the opposition in the country?
That question has always been a very serious issue before us since our democracy rebirthed in 1999 precisely. I will tell you, knowingly or unknowingly, the activities and actions of our politicians across board, seem to wanting to truncate the democratic process. It is not happening now. It has been a recurring decimal because when you do not respect the tenets of democracy, when you violate the principles of democracy, so what are you trying to do? Is to truncate. That our electoral system is not clean up. It is marred by all forms of irregularities. So what do you call that? It is tantamount to truncate the democratic process. So it is not about, we are not going to situate it or narrow it or start to explain it with the happenings now. It has always been there, inherent in our democratic process, because our politicians have not actually presented themselves as decent true
But,
men.
but sorry to cut you short.
Cut across there.
Have the antics not been in any way elevated in most recent time as it concerns truncating of our democratic process? Have we not seen an uptick in the attempt to do so in recent time, especially after the coming of no other person but Joash Amopiton as the INEC chairman? Because that's what the opposition is saying. That's what the AAC is saying. That is also what the PDP, to them even planning to occupy the INEC office even after that move within last week. So let's understand, has the move in every way elevated in recent time, especially after the coming of the new INEC chairman?
I would not want to hold brief for Amopitan or neither the APC ruling party. But the truth about that is that the oppositions, whatever issues, grievances, they are bringing forth against the INEC man, it's mere allegation. Okay? Like, I don't think, going by the narrative, going by how things are going now, I don't think Amopitan, is deliberately wanting, to scheme out, to deprive any party,
some political parties,
of its inalienable right to participate in the electoral processes. I don't think so. I have not even seen.
So you feel the opposition is giving us a false narrative?
For me, false is that perhaps I have been given the opportunity to wanting to investigate and appraise all these, happenings. I will not call it false because I'm not the holder of that opinion. But I'm always saying that from my own understanding, I don't think I'm defining the man Amopitan and INEC. I don't think going by the actions I've seen so far,
there's not enough clue for
me now to conclude that INEC actions are tailored towards
inactions
are tailored towards denying, harming, subjugating or depriving any party from its inalienable right to participate in a democratic process. I don't think so.
Okay, now I feel we will not be fair in our discussion if we do not really look at some of the issues plaguing some of these political parties. And one I want us to start with, let's start with the PDP, that pride itself of one time being the largest political party on the continent. And they've ruled Nigeria for 16 years before they were ousted in 2015. Now, let's look at all of the issues that is brewing in the PDP, especially after their primaries they conducted in 2022 before the 2023 general elections. Many will say all of these that is happening started there. Well, you can have your thoughts, you can have a different mind view as it concerns that. But let's look at what seems to be happening in the PDP at the moment. We have those that are so loyal and they feel it is Nyesom Wike that is the head of the PDP. We have the Makinde Bala Mohammed faction, which is also that of the Turaki-led faction. So let's look at all that seems to be in the PDP. Do you see a fifth hand in all the issues that is affecting the PDP at the moment, or do you feel it's self-inflicted?
Self-inflicted, sir.
Excuse me?
Self-inflicted, sir. Self-inflicted. Their problems are self-inflicted by themselves.
Why do you say so?
Okay. If truly we run parties, I think the normal thing is for a party to run and believe in its ideology.
Yeah.
Does PDP have an ideology? If yes, then what is happening to the ideology now currently? We have seen the Wike antics, in quote, over time. The party does not belong to Wike, right? Just as Wike might think he's powerful, we still have powerful men in their hundreds in that party, right?
Yeah.
But the problem, sir, is that Nigerian politicians, have not learned the rope. They are not progressing. The Nigerian politician does not believe in fair play. Nigerian politician does not believe in democratic process across board.
Irrespective of the political party.
If they believe in democratic process, you won't be seeing these shenanigans, cutting across all parties. This rancor, what is the rancor? If their sole aim is to liberate the poor masses, Nigerians, you won't be seeing all this. Do you know what's called ideology? Do you know what it means by forming a political party? Yeah. Forming a political party is the avenue, is the vehicle through which you achieve, you actualize. That's your intention, that change. Because you are trained, because the primary goal is the survival of the country and the people. Wanting to give the people hope, life. Wanting to, ensure that those principles laid down in the Constitution as it pertains to the primary purpose of governance, which is security and the welfare of the citizens, becomes the soul, becomes everything about governance. If they so much believe in that, you will be seeing all this rancor, because it's all about service delivery. It's all about you giving, not taking from the process. But our democracy system is all about you taking for the process. That fundamental principles have been jettisoned. So what you are saying is most times their own personal aggrandizement, personal, views and intentions, wanting, overriding that collective interest, overriding that very brilliant collective, policies, that form the grand norm of politics and governance. So that's why I tell you that it is self-inflicting, because they themselves do not believe in true democracy. Look at them. Even before they started having the rancor, would you tell me that each party practice what is called internal democracy? That is where it starts. If you believe in democracy, in the democratic system, begin to practice it right in the party there. So what is happening here now is a play out of the Nigerian way. It's a play out of how Nigerian, play politics. That toxic system, that toxic pattern, where everything is truncated, everything is bastardized. So that is what we are saying. You are seeing the wicked, the character wicked is showing, playing a double standard. You are in PDP.
No, you're working for the APC.
You're working for the APC.
As a minister.
As a minister.
Under their
de facto member of APC. And you're in PDP. I want to ask you, if that party is grounded on principles and laws, who is wicked to remain there? Because it might have committed every anti-party actions, which is seriously frowned at. So why is this still carrying the PDP card? And even determining now his own fashion has conducted a congress, and INEC,
they were recognized.
And INEC has recognized it. INEC has recognized it. That is where I'm going to still pitch the INEC. INEC has recognized it. But when the fashion belonging to the Makindes, organizers in Ibadan, INEC did not recognize it. Mr. Mike.
Because the wicked-led faction went to court.
This is exactly what I'm telling you. These ones too have gone to court. What I'm still telling you that there's already a stalemate among the two. Before now, would you come now and say the wicked faction truly hold the leadership of PDP? No, on your own. Or would you say the McIntyre? No, all of them. All of them have their own
kind of a stalemate.
It's a stalemate already. But what I'm saying is, why the stalemate continues? Would you on your own ordinarily, on your endorsed wicked fashion or endorsed McIntyre fashion? No, because the thing is stay at contention, is it not? Right? Because you don't even know who is saying the truth until both of them come to alignment. But the INEC it's not betting on court now that their convention, which was held last week or thereabout, INEC can recognize it. Why? These are two functions in contention.
So is it not a fifth columnist that is playing a hand in this? That is the question.
I will say a fifth columnist. I'm seeing the man who is rocking the boat, which is INEC. So I'm holding INEC responsible to INEC. I don't want to live beyond INEC. Is it not called Independent National Electoral Commission? So who else should I now be, apportioning blame on?
But who appointed him?
I don't want, Mike, independent. Amo Peter is answerable to Nigerians, not the president or presidency. Let us get this right. Is he not a professor? Who is he answerable to? Who pays his bills? Who pays his salary? Is he the president?
But who appointed him?
The president is there is only there on elective capacity. Is it not you had elected him to serve me?
Yeah.
So when has he become the owner of Nigeria? Or the owner of the governance? If Nigerians want their salt, and the president, commits very serious, act of misconduct in office, Nigerians will remove him. Would he say he will not go? Would he say he will not go? That's why I'm telling you that if Professor Amukuta understands the dynamics of politics and governance, would he say that he should be loyal to the man?
Do you feel the Independent National Electoral Commission is taking side on account of this?
With what I'm seeing now, you could see a little trait of bias. For me, from own assessment, recognizing the wicked faction, not wasting time, went ahead. And the other faction now has gone to court. That tells you that they are aggrieved.
Of course.
They are aggrieved. I'm asking you, you can only give recognition to a party, just as it is happening in ADC now. The position INEC is taking in the HTK now,
we'll come to that.
So that has happened there now. That of the Wiki, I haven't seen the authority that has given Wiki a clean slate. There's none now. There's no. So why was you endorse Wiki?
Okay, now let's leave what you feel is happening there and side taking by the Independent National Electoral Commission, but look at the timeline and the deadline. Now there's a deadline given at close to the end of this month for party primaries to be conducted, and yet the PDP is immersed in a whole lot of legal tussle on who controls the party. We've heard recently that many House, State and Federal House of Assembly members are planning to dump the party. Even the two governors still under the platform of the party, we're talking about Bala Mohammed and Sheyi Makinde, are planning to dump the party and look for a better alternative. But we still have the news that the Wike-led faction is also discussing with the Turaki-led faction to see how they can truly mend fences so that timeline does not elapse. Do you see a mend fencing before the time elapses, or do you feel these will run out, play out even before the elections? We might not really get a solution as it concerns the harmony in a former party that prides itself as the largest party in Africa.
I think the timeline should be the RC test for the parties now. It's a test of wanting to know truly they love Nigerians and they want to move Nigeria forward, if that is their take.
Okay.
It's a test.
For both of them to sit down?
For both of them, yes, now. Because if you are pained, that the present government is not doing enough, and Nigerians are being harmed, Nigerians are being deprived, and you want to correct the ills, what comes first? The priority will not be what? On how to achieve that goal, is it not? So, were they not together before?
But in your own assessment, do you see a resolution of this conflict?
There should be a resolution now.
Do you see?
There should be. What I'm saying, why I must not answer for them is that even I'm still worried, as in, why must there be all these troubles and wahala? I'm still worried because I don't even see the need. But because of the fact that I have said it, that the Nigerian man does not believe, in those brilliant and modest principles of playing politics. We do not believe in it. We believe in the quick fix system, the capture system. That's what is actually happening. So ordinarily, they ordinarily shouldn't have a problem. The problem now is not come together, discuss as comrades, as party members, and elect a leader and choose a leader. Should that be a problem? If the people are actually, focused, consigned, ingrained in the decision and policy and goal to achieve a particular purpose as a party, which is tailored towards giving the poor Nigerian, a new lease of life. Is it not?
Dele Momodu had a lot to say, and he feels Wike is more of a spoiler for the ruling party in the PDP. Do you share in his views?
But do I need anybody to tell me? I have said it here that Wike would have committed all kinds of anti-party, but he's still there. Yeah? You are in a party and you are, holding a very sensitive office in an opposition party, and you are still there. So, ordinarily, let me tell you, where was PDP before now? It was the leading party. Okay. What happened to PDP? What unbundled PDP? It's not as a result of people who are intentionally wanting to cause chaos. We can call it intentionally wanting to cause chaos in the system because they do not believe in clean democratic process. Because clean democratic process, the demands there is that, sir, the people's will prevail. So that worship, that godfatherism, if it does exist, it should exist in the right form that promotes the interest of the people and the people only.
Okay. Now, I feel we've talked about the PDP, which is a leading political opposition party in the country. And another major one that seems to be brewing is that of the ADC. Just last week, the Independent National Electoral Commission said they will no longer accept correspondence from either faction of the ADC. We're talking about the David Mark leg or that of Rafiu Bala Gombe. They are not going to take correspondence from any of them. And that they are following the Court of Appeal judgment on account of this. Now, let's look at the issues within the ADC. And I will still ask, is this self-inflicted? Or do you see the hand of the APC in this? Because that's what the ADC is crying. Is it first self-inflicted or you feel different about it also? Let's understand.
Sir, did you see the muzzle? Did you see the strength? Did you see the interest, with which these political juggernauts from different political platforms came together and say they want to form a coalition, a formidable force to wrestle power from the APC? Eh? I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Yes. So, if they are thorough and they truly believe in doing the right thing, will there be this chaos?
Okay, now, let's try to understand this. It looks as if it will be unfair if we do not understand the problem that the ADC is facing.
Okay.
I want you to give us a clear narrative of, is David Mark and Aregbesola right to be recognized or they should not be? Let's understand the position the Independent National Electoral Commission is taking on account of it. Let's understand it.
The Nigerian factor will continuously hurt us.
Excuse me.
The Nigerian factor, we are not ready. Nigeria is not ready for democracy, and we are seeing it play out. ADC, African Democratic Congress.
Explain.
This ADC was founded by Arap Mosu, two of us.
Yes, it was.
Last year here, it was July 2nd. Already a national working committee had been existed. He came and said that committee had been dissolved, has resigned. And that created...
And he was the leader of the committee.
He was the leader of the committee now.
Okay, let's be
He was the national chairman. The founder and national chairman.
Yes, the founder and the national chairman. Yes.
Rafiu Bala was or rather is the vice chairman, vice national chairman. That now gave way for David Mark to emerge. I don't know how he emerged, whether it was a consensus agreement. But Bala says that he has a case that I did not resign.
But the chairman said they resigned.
Chairman said they resigned. Chairman is the one that saying that they resigned. And let me tell you, if it is through compulsion or through unanimous agreement, documents must have been signed, is it not? Not just verbal, they have resigned. Where does that exist? So if document must be signed now, because verbal thing can be denied now.
Yes.
So if that was done, did Bala sign? Bala is telling you that I did not resign. That it is a cup of tea of the chairman. If he had resigned, Our constitution, by our constitution, says that as he had resigned, I did not resign. I supposed to automatically, take over the position as the acting chairman, contesting the already existing, control by man.
Party.
That's I'm going to court to challenge you. Okay, my crew, let us look at it. A problem is brewing, and we are coming to tell ourselves that we are one body. Is it not a problem, a case of choosing who should be? Why should there be rancor? If that personal interest is not being played out now, I don't know if you understand.
I do.
We are working to a goal, achieving a goal
together
to achieve an outcome which is so weighty. Looking at the timeline, because the formation of the party is too sudden. For you to form a formidable hold to challenge an existing party over time, you know what that means. So the choice of leadership, Mr. Mike, how would it result into rancor now? I'm asking you now. So are you not still seeing, the individual interest that seems to override the collective interest? That the interest of the people who they come out in the open to announce that is the reason we are coming is always being relegated.
So INEC has every right not to recognize any of them.
Yeah, INEC is not acting in its own accord now. When Balan went to court, to Abuja High Court, and filed a motion ex parte, asking court, to de-recognize the Wike as leader, and automatically make him the rightful chairman. Recognize the rightful chairman. Do you know what the court did? The court did not make any pronouncement. The court issued order of notice to MAC and to INEC that they should show cause why we should not grant this motion ex parte, brought forward by Bala. It's not fairness. Yeah? Court is not part of you. This is what this man has brought, saying constitution. Come and show us why this thing, we should not grant it. It's a counter-proof, credible counter-proof that will make the court not to do that, is it not? David Mark, I do not know whether they follow the process. What we saw was, he went to Appeal Court, challenging the jurisdiction of the High Court, to hear the case. I'm asking you now. Yes. That you're aware that she drew
what the High Court
the suit being brought before it
by Gombe.
Good thing. The Appeal Court, constituted by 3 legal luminaries, headed by Uchechukwu, Onyemena. They reviewed it and said, this your motion lacks merit. They threw it away. That the High Court has not made any pronouncement yet.
The issue. But they wanted you to
so
come and
there's
give
no
us
substantive case already to even look at. You only made a pronouncement, that you guys should come forward with a proof to show cause. It does not in any way, no judgment has been entered. So what are we now looking at now? There's no. Still go back and you are challenging the jurisdiction. Go back and settle that at the High Court before any other thing. But meanwhile, in order not to distort the system, the status quo and balloon must be maintained. What is talking about? And the putting INEC why would INEC not obey? I'm asking you now. The INEC thing is that I do not belong to anybody. This is what the court said, though. There I belong.
So INEC is free on this.
Very, very credibly free, 100%, to act in that manner. I don't just see where INEC has wronged with anybody now. Judiciary has spoken. The only way you could say what the Appeal Court has said, we won't know hold water, is when the Supreme Court.
So what do you feel the David Mark faction would have done on account of these to, in every way, die this down and also ensure that the party is running smoothly?
If there's no power show, the intention to do my bidding, my will, na me get am, na me must be. power shield, which is resident, inherent in our system. Nami must be the leader. Why not go back? Good thing that you guys are not even the foundational member of this party now. If I'm even looking at it, my brother, people had been there who constituted this party. You are not coming now to lord it over. Why not go back? Is it not little to the left? In as much as to have a cause, a very huge cause. Why can't we talk it out? Okay, is it not who should be the leader? If I draw the leadership, will that make the party to crumble?
No.
So what is it not agreement?
It still exists.
Is it not a discussion? Believing in what cause they are pursuing, but they have automatically undermined that cause now. What they are chasing now is personal interest. That's why I tell you that I have told you here. The Nigerian politician does not believe in those, recommended modest, principles, upon which democracy run across nations, civilized nations. We still believe in that crude manner, that toxic system where one man will lord it. What I say, so shall it be. Party is owned by the people.
Yeah.
And the people's opinion, decision, carries. And you shouldn't do anything, to emasculate the people's voice.
So all you are saying, the APC seems to be free on this. It is not.
My brother.
Because the ADC is saying INEC is playing a script written by the APC. I think the timing is not even waiting for them. Abi? 25th of this year.
The timing waiting for them.
25th.
Let them not put their house in order now. My friend, let them not put their house in order now. That's what is going to happen.
But what is going to happen, or what is happening already, they formed a 12-man committee to interface with foreign countries, foreign government on account of this issue with INEC. Do you feel it's a wise move to do?
You see, who is giving them that kind of advice? Our problem is local. It can be solved locally. Source the materials here. You are already intentional. What are the international community going to do? It's a correspondence we have set.
But they played a major role in the 2015 election.
So what I'm saying, the international community, what happened in 2020 election? Did they stop
2015.
it? 2020 election, did they stop it? They only recorded it and make their own recommendation. Is it not clear what they're going to do? Nigeria is a sovereign country. True or false?
True.
And they forgot that they are only forming this coalition at the nick of time. They don't have time. So I pity them. They should be more sensible, more proactive, more pragmatic, more friendly, more cohesive, more dialogue line, and whatever, in order to ensure that they dispel every discord so that they can achieve their goal. But now they are allowing something that ordinarily should not really be an issue of who will be the leader. That's the Nigerian factor now.
Now, the obedient movement is planning to occupy the INEC headquarters anytime this week. Would that turn the hand of the Independent National Electoral Commission to reconsider on their decision not to recognize the ADC?
If Amupita does that they will withdraw his certificate. The certificate is PhD, Nabi. They will withdraw it. That means that he's running, another country in a bigger country now. That's the obedience. They should be talked to. I think they are being moved by sentiment, not by realities on ground. Because ordinarily for me, immediately I saw, the pronouncement by the appeal court and the decision INEC has taken, I said, kudos. That's how it's supposed to be. We are a constitutional democracy,
yes,
my creed.
Yes, we are.
Our laws must be respected. Yes. You see this kangaroo system of doing something, that is what has put us, in this dungeon. We must get out of it. Let us start respecting authorities and laws. The Supreme Court has spoken. Who are you to wanting to veto it? Appeal Court has spoken. Who are you to wanting to veto it? So INEC hasn't committed any crime there. INEC has been fair. From my own observation, from my own analysis and appraisal, INEC is fair in this case. So let them look into themselves. That is where the problem is. Go and cure your problem, not INEC. INEC is ready to receive you when you do the right